Across the galaxy, assassination is an art form. It's efficient, discreet, and often the quickest way to resolve disputes without waging costly wars. Political rivalries, corporate betrayals, or even personal vendettas, an assassin's blade is the universal answer. But when the target is a Deathworlder, things rarely go as planned. In galactic terms, a death world is a planet so hostile that most species would consider it uninhabitable. These worlds are rife with environmental hazards, extreme climates, lethal predators, and unrelenting disease. Evolution on such planets breeds organisms that don't just survive, but thrive against overwhelming odds. Among the most infamous Deathworlders are humans, hailing from a planet called Earth. To outsiders, Earth is a nightmare. A world teeming with natural disasters, apex predators, and microscopic killers. Yet humans have not only survived but built sprawling civilizations, turning their planet's adversity into their greatest asset. This resilience is what makes them unique in the galaxy. Deathworlders are a curiosity to most species, admired for their strength but feared for their unpredictability. Their survival instincts are deeply ingrained, shaping their every action. Galactic assassins, accustomed to predictable targets, find themselves at a disadvantage when faced with a Deathworlder. Take, for instance, the physical challenges. Most species in the galaxy originate from temperate, stable worlds where evolution favored efficiency over excess. Their bodies are fragile, their pain thresholds low. Assassins are trained with this in mind, relying on methods that exploit these weaknesses. But Deathworlders are different. Their physiology alone defies the norms. Dense musculature, strong bones, and remarkable endurance are standard traits for humans. What's lethal to others might only slow them down. This isn't just about strength, it's about adaptability. Humans are uniquely capable of pushing through pain, injury, or illness to achieve their objectives. In one case, a professional assassin attempted to use a potent neurotoxin designed to kill instantly on a human target. The result? The Deathworlder experienced severe discomfort, but managed to subdue the assassin before the toxin could fully take effect. Hours later, they were up and walking, the poison metabolized by their robust immune system. These stories are not exceptions, they're the rule. To assassins, this unpredictability is a nightmare. No matter how well-planned the mission, there's always the possibility that a Deathworlder will adapt and counter the attack. It's not just physical traits that make Deathworlders formidable. Their mindset, forged by millennia of surviving a hostile planet, ensures they're always prepared for the worst. For a Deathworlder, danger is not an exception, it's the expectation. This constant state of vigilance means they rarely fall victim to ambushes or traps. The galaxy has learned to tread lightly around Deathworlders, especially humans. Assassins whisper tales of failed missions, of traps turned against their creators, and of targets who refuse to die. In a galaxy where survival often depends on playing it safe, Deathworlders remind everyone why risk is not always worth the reward. While Deathworlders' physical resilience is daunting, it's their psychology and cultural traits that make them truly unpredictable targets. Assassins, trained to exploit behavioral patterns and predictable responses, often find themselves outmatched by the sheer adaptability of a Deathworlder's mind. At the core of this challenge is the Deathworlder survivor mentality. Humans, in particular, evolved on a planet that demanded constant vigilance and adaptability. This ingrained mindset ensures they rarely react in the expected ways. Where other species might freeze or crumble under pressure, humans thrive in chaos, viewing it as just another problem to solve. An assassin counting on fear or panic to disorient a target will often find a Deathworlder calculating their next move instead. Paranoia also plays a significant role. Deathworlders, especially humans, have a deeply ingrained habit of anticipating danger. This isn't baseless suspicion, it's a survival mechanism honed over millennia. Small inconsistencies, a misplaced object, an unusual sound, or even a subtle change in behavior, are often enough to alert a Deathworlder that something is wrong. For an assassin, this means even the most carefully laid traps are often detected before they can be sprung. This hyper-awareness extends to their surroundings. Humans are naturally observant, able to process and analyze a vast amount of information in real time. They don't just see a room. They map it out, noting exits, potential weapons, and vulnerabilities. An assassin relying on stealth or misdirection may find their cover blown by a Deathworlder's uncanny ability to notice details others would overlook. Adding to this unpredictability is the sheer diversity of Deathworlder cultures. Humanity's varied traditions, philosophies, and strategies mean that no two humans approach problems the same way. This cultural diversity makes it nearly impossible for an assassin to rely on standard psychological profiles or manipulation techniques. One Deathworlder might respond to a threat with calculated logic, while another might act impulsively, driven by instinct or emotion. Deathworlders' creativity compounds the problem further. Humans are renowned for their ability to think outside the box, often turning the most mundane objects into tools or weapons. An assassin may disarm a Deathworlder, only to find their target improvising a weapon out of their surroundings. This ingenuity makes them exceptionally dangerous, even when cornered or seemingly defenseless. Revenge is another critical factor. While many species prefer to avoid conflict, Deathworlders, particularly humans, often have a deeply rooted sense of justice or vengeance. An attempted assassination isn't just an attack, it's a provocation. Surviving Deathworlders rarely let such attempts go unpunished. Assassins who fail often find themselves hunted, their targets turning the tables with relentless determination. For the galaxy, these traits are a source of both fascination and fear. Deathworlders aren't just hard to kill. They're the kind of targets who turn failures into life lessons and retaliate with calculated precision. To an assassin, this makes them the ultimate nightmare. Every encounter becomes a high-stakes gamble, where the smallest mistake could mean certain death.